Mark Hill from Greenleafs. So what else is there other than the Brexit policy which led to this significant Labour defeat? Well, firstly, bear in mind, as in the earlier broadcast, it could easily have been a lot worse. In many ways, Labour has struggled through a difficult position relatively intact. It very nearly lost two of the leadership contenders for to replace Jeremy Corbyn. Yvette Cooper in Normanton and Pontefract, Lisa Nandy in Wigan. Well, she was a bit safer, but not terribly. And I dare say there were others. The fact that they have very nearly been hammered personally, and the loss of so many big names and big seats on Thursday by Labour, gives them a mandate to change their party away from the things that went wrong. And I have to say to them that I think that there was a lot that was dysfunctional about their message, including the undemocratic Brexit policy. The obvious one, of course, is the record on anti-Semitism, which, as Boris Johnson pointed out, at the very least seemed to indicate poor leadership by Jeremy Corbyn, even if whatever the truths of the allegations. But the point I would like to come in on is the public sector funding. The decision to spend very large amounts of money on almost random extra projects. There is this faith inside Labour, which the Greens also to a certain extent share, that if we fund public sector, public services generously, everyone will end up happy. People have in mind the model of Scandinavia, and certain Scandinavian countries do rate very highly on happiness indexes. But of course, the top public sector European country, the country with the largest proportion of public sector funding is France, which has been going through turmoil this past year with the Gilets jaunes protests and now more recently a series of strikes. This would have been a very difficult programme, a very ambitious manifesto. Labour's actually been saved from the burden of having to have done all of this that was in their Labour manifesto. It's been saved from itself. It would have created so many enemies, it would have divided itself, it would have overreached, it would have been seen to fail quite quickly with a manifesto that was as expensive, as ambitious, and yet actually as poorly underpinned as this one was. So perhaps Labour is in actually a fortunate place. Only 80 majority for the Conservatives. Well, it's a long haul, but it's conceivable that with some mistakes the Labour Party will be back in contention in 2023, 2024. Not by any means certain. And if it carries on attacking those people who defected, the working class vote, now a majority of it has gone to the Tories. A majority of Yorkshire people, for goodness sake, have voted Conservative. Must not attack the people who defected. It must instead seek to persuade them and listen to them. Well, then perhaps Labour has a chance.